you could all go and create. We could have, we could have 100 different fan pages across the country, and then when someone goes onto Facebook and they type in the word student beans, 1,000 different fan pages come up. They're like, not sure which one to join. And it's not so much about saying, please don't do this. Like we've already got, hopefully, 30 local fan pages. Hopefully, they're your profiles. We're not expecting you to spam them with stuff about student beans, but it's about getting involved in the campaign and perhaps update your status or like a piece of content on the national fan page or on the site, and sharing that stuff. Something that I did when I was at Reading was everything was around groups. We don't seem to have big groups on Facebook. Do you remember when there's everyone would be a member of a group of this university? Perhaps that was before your time. But there was these few. There's about half a dozen groups at the University of Reading that each had 10,000 members. And I just sent a message to admins of these groups saying there's this really cool website that I think you'd really love to hear about. I've drafted this message. Of the 10 people I sent a message to, 6 or 7 of them probably said no, the other 3 said yes, sent this message out. But if they've got 5,000 people in that group, that's 15,000 people. And we're going to come on to numbers and stuff, something the numbers game version of something James touched on. We've sent a message out to 10, 20,000 people. That's quite a few people, and then how many open it, how many then click on it. Only needs to be a small number for it to be a few hundred people or even 1,000 people register that day. And it's it suddenly becomes this target of we're suggesting around 5,000 people. If you can do one simple thing sitting on your bum in your room or in the library that takes about 20 minutes, draft a message and send it to this one admin of a group. All they need to do is say yes, and that could be 500 people signed up. Like that. And it's something that's really small, but then can have a bigger impact. You go to change the world for a fibre, turn off the tap when you're brushing your teeth. It's really small, but if everyone does it, it makes a big impact. Slightly different example. You can get the picture. So PR activities, so we touched on student media, newspaper, and student radio are obvious ones. There's also the local BBC service. Everyone's got we have had local brand managers on local BBC before, whether it's been in a local paper or on the radio, doing things there. Building relationships. I'm sure who has not heard the phrase, it's not what you know but who you know that counts. Everyone's heard it, and it is so true. It was true at university, it was true before university, and it's true now in the professional world. You want to get an email sent out. It's about building that relationship with that course administrator or the lecturer who teaches you, and you quite likes you. You did this good essay for them once, and they can help you out. You've got a friend who's a head of a society. They can help you. They can send a message on to their 50 or 100 members of that society. It's all about who you know, and it's about building those relationships. And something people touch on around freshers fairs, it's a great opportunity to go and meet and introduce yourself to all the heads of societies. It's one day we've got all those people in one room. They'll potentially have an opportunity to help you out. That maybe they want their our logo on their t-shirts, or we can get them some jelly beans, or whatever it might be, whatever ideas you've got. A fresher fair is a great opportunity to meet those people. It's the career service, it's departments. There's so many people to go and build relationships with. And then reporting back information. Hopefully you've got a feel for a bit of a theme that James might be talking about, getting your feedback and looking to improve the site, improve the campaign. But it's really important for us to know how things are going and what works. If you guys find something that works, we want to tell everyone about it so we can share that success and help it happen. And it's not just about people off on their own around the country. We could have very easily recruited. We had over 350 applications, and we didn't push the ad particularly far and wide. And we could have gone and recruited 1,000 people and had them all across the country, and not actually sat and met or spoken to any of them. But we didn't. We thought it's about a small number having really good quality and people go and create buzz, and having that information reporting back and understanding how it's working for you. Ideas you've got for the site, ideas you've got for the campaign. And we see that's really important. It's also again the next thing we're going to is the Trust Century Marketing Award, reporting back as well, in terms of photos and videos of your activity, whether you get a friend or your other brand manager to film one of you doing a lecture shout or taking photos of where you've put the bean and where posters are and stuff like that. All goes towards the portfolio for the award as well. Oh, just catching breath. Cool. So other stuff, market research, idea generation, identifying target audiences, and event management. Hopefully they're not massively rocket science. In terms of market research, there's two things. There's one is understanding your campus and what opportunities exist on your campus, and we'll kind of go through that more tomorrow in terms of like the marketing plan. Idea generation, and like, yeah, we've got some kind of a bit of a structure here. You've broken things down into kind of 5 core kind of areas to kind of work on. Yeah, there's lots more that kind of can be done, and we've got all these people in this room that have got your own experiences, own ideas, and kind of own campuses. You can come up with your own ideas. Identifying target audiences. So we touched on this a little bit around kind of tailoring messages, but potentially there's certain societies that are bigger than others that you can like focus on. There's more of an opportunity, or there's big schools or big departments that you think, okay, working getting a message sent out to them might be really good. When I was that exercise I did on Facebook, I looked at kind of which groups had more than 1,000 members, because there was an opportunity. If a group's got 10 people, don't waste my time. And then once you've identified that, you say, okay, what's the best way of approaching them? What's the best way of getting that message to that group of people? And event management. There aren't many events that campus managers are running fast. And there's been kind of a few suggestions over the years, and there have been kind of a few events that have been run. None of them have been massively successful. So I kind of say that with that kind of on there. If you guys have got an idea for a great event, like we're completely open to it. But it's kind of interesting to think, okay, we're a website, we want people to go online, and getting an event often involves getting people to move from their house, or their sofa, sitting behind their computer, or kind of watching TV, to a kind of a physical place, like turning up at an event, whether it's a night out. And it's often, in terms of like it being running an event, it needs to somehow kind of be on message for the brand, obviously, but also kind of in line with the objectives of the campaign, and like thinking about kind of how it's going to kind of spread awareness in a way that drives people to the site. Cool. So I'm going to run over that kind of fairly briefly. There is some more information in your packs. As I say, there's kind of more information specifically in breaking this down, both to kind of give you some more information on this, but also for the Charles Institute Marketing Award that we'll get as well, kind of sent out after this. Do you guys have any kind of key specific questions that you want to run through now on any of these things? Anything that I've spoken about in the last few minutes?
I can't remember what you said earlier. Did you say there's any way of us knowing how we are getting on? Like,
yes. Yeah. So we've recently kind of had our developers building a kind of a portal that you'll be able to kind of log into, especially if that's. It was something that kind of I had back when I was a brand manager, but as the kind of the sites changed and got upgraded and things that kind of got kind of lost somewhere. So you'll be able to kind of log in, and you'll be able to see kind of how many students are signing up each day, and then kind of a total for the month.
it's not like to your area or anything, is it?
It'll be, so when people register, they select the university,
Yeah.
so you'll be able to see that like,
Okay.
for your university. Yeah, so you'll be able to get like direct, you'll be able to like do something one day, and then kind of see how many people sign up. So you'll be able to see like the trend. So this, that every, like 3 days, you had 1,000 people sign up each day. Then you went and like you ran some big flyering thing on campus, and that day 5,000 people signed up. And wow, isn't that amazing? That's really good. I'll go and do some more of that. Yeah. I think it like calculates like the daily average from like the previous year. It's got some like cool stats in there, so you'll be able to see like how you think.
Yeah,
it's very simple. It's very simple. It's there's still putting the finishing touches to it. It should be ready like the next week or so. So you'll have it.
You said about like you said, for example, you could get the mouse mats made up. What merchandise do you have made at the moment, and how much of it you got?
Cool. I think that's something actually that I'm going to mention. Cool. So in terms of things that we've got with you, yeah, in terms of like stuff for you to kind of take away here and now, we've got kind of bags. So I've got like black bags that you can take away with like flyers, posters, pens, and some window stickers. The window stickers actually, that was something that I missed off. There's really great kind of exercise done in terms of on-campus awareness, what we call like the bean patrol, which is also in your handbooks. And if you look at handbooks, it's something that was have you seen kind of window stickers around Birmingham, like any of the student halls and stuff? Yeah. So it's like something that like James and people in other years have kind of run, where they just kind of go around giving out window stickers, like they knock on doors and like introduce student meetings, like give them a window sticker and like say put this up in your window, and then kind of once a week or once a month, we get someone like whether it's Krispy Kreme or someone else to kind of give us a box of donuts, or there'd be a prize. So we go and choose someone at random that's got the sticker up, and we give a prize for like displaying the sticker. And actually, I'll come on to it again kind of tomorrow around kind of competitions. But we've got one of the competitions we want to run is who can get a photo with the most number of windows displaying a bean sticker and like displaying one photo. But it was like something that's like really simple, like where there's just like giving people window stickers. But then like in terms of like brand placement, like there's lots. And when you see like 10 windows in a row, like this little student music logo in it, it was what is that? Like it starts people get that curiosity, which is hopefully kind of one of those things which then kind of sends people through to the site. Cool. So yeah, in terms of things that we've got here and now, like there are things like pens, posters, flyers, bags, t-shirt, hoodie, a couple of like bits and pieces. Oh, badges. We've got loads of like pin badges that you can give out and use. And then like obviously we didn't want to like overload you with stuff like take back on trains and stuff. So there'll be like more of those things like that we'll be posting out to you guys. But yeah, there's definitely like opportunities to put together like your marketing plan. Like if you've got like specific ideas or things that like you want to do, like you can include those and like we can see what we can do. Cool. Any other kind of key questions?
With the window stickers, they stick it from their window?
From the inside, yeah.
What's your policy on like alcohol sponsorship and things like that?
So in terms of sponsoring,
like, do you? I don't think you do any deals to do with alcohol, do you? Like specifically to do with alcohol.
there's a bars and pubs section in terms of like category of offers. They tend to be more kind of local offers, and we've got like this guy called Howard, crazy guy, that kind of goes around like negotiates with like talks to like local venues, local establishments, whether it's a local takeaway hairdressers or kind of a club or a bar. And we do have some, whether it's 2-for-1 cocktails or 2-for-1 things like we do have some offers like that on the site. In terms of like sponsorship, does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, it does. I just wondered if you kind of stick.
Right, there are some things on the site. It's not like a big focus. Like in terms of people think of students, they think of like getting drunk and pints and like that kind of lifestyle. And I said that's never kind of been a big focus for the brand and for the website and what we focus on. But yeah, like there are a few things there. Anything else? Cool. Okay. So, like in between, there's like lots and lots of things we can do, and like you've only got so much time. If you think like you've got 3 terms, each term is what, 10 weeks, 3 months. So let's say you've got 10 weeks, and how many hours you've got in those 10 weeks. If you think in your last term you've got exams, a lot of you probably have exams in February as well. If you're breaking kind of the year down to 10, 3 lots of 10 weeks, that's 30 weeks. So that's already kind of not almost half the year. Suddenly the time you've got available like breaks down like quite a lot. You suddenly think, there's not so much time to do things. So think about, okay, what key activities can we focus on that kind of are really going to get results? And we're not kind of looking for like 1 or 2 new people to sign up on the website. What can we do that's really going to create that buzz, that's going to light that fire and get kind of hundreds and thousands of people kind of coming through to studentmeets.com and signing up? And that's kind of the big question that we're kind of always asking, always looking for what it does. So we want to kind of touch on kind of 2 core things which, again, kind of have been mentioned, but I just wanted to go over and kind of like explicitly. So I can mention online. Like we know that things online work. Like why? We're a website, right? We're online already. Like that's where we are. That's where we want people to go. So whether it's like a student society and you're getting them to put a link on their blog, or whether it's the career service just putting a little link somewhere to the job section, that's really useful. It's useful for lots of reasons, for search engines and other things. But that link, how long is that link going to be there? How many people are going to click on it over the lifetime of the existence of that website? Like probably quite a few. Like doing things on Facebook, getting someone to send out an email. Like people are online at their computer, like they're where they need to be to go and visit the website. So we know that those things kind of work much better than things offline. The other one is like big groups, and this is like the numbers thing that I wanted to touch on. So, how many of you get emails from your kind of department? Probably most weeks, if not kind of every few days. How many other emails do you also get in your personal inbox from student meetings, from other things you're signed up to? You probably kind of get a fair few of emails each week. How many of them? First of all, how many of them do you bother opening? How many of them do you just click delete on? Immediately when you send out an email, if you send an email to 10 people, let's just assume that 2 people don't even bother opening it. Let's assume like another 2 open it, but then decide they don't want it and just delete it. We've got like six people left. How many of them click on the link? Let's say another two don't click on links. We've got 4 people going through. How many? So we've got 4 people landing on the page where they can see student register. Let's say like 2 of those then end up registering. So I've done like